I don't care what the news reports are saying on Intel, its price action is stuck right here. Now, the way to look at Intel's price action is actually look at this in terms of a range, with this being the midpoint right there. Okay? Now, if we can find this midpoint, we can now determine everything else that we need to know by simply cloning this two deviations above, as well as cloning the bottom two deviations below. So in this particular situation, we are looking at this obviously outside the extremes of the range. But if you look at it in terms of the swing high to the swing low, things become a little bit more clear, okay? Now, what I really want to see in tomorrow's session is 1 to 2 variations. I want to see us pull back just a little bit. Let's get us into that 48.50 level, and then we can look for a nice buying opportunity off that low to rotate back to the upside, okay? That's the first game plan. The second game plan is if we do go directly higher, it will be a bit more difficult to justify this as a buy because, again, we're going into resistance levels. So if we are going to buy this thing, you're going to have to buy it on some sort of pullback here as the market looks to go higher, okay? Now, other than these two variations, there are only but two left. And in that, we have a pullback that doesn't rebound, and essentially it breaks to the downside. Now that should look pretty obvious to you in what nature it is because right now it's bearish. And bear case scenarios like measure moves often try to get that full distance of the next leg lower as well. So don't be too surprised if we go directly lower that it will look something similar to this. Alright? Now besides these three variations, I think the last one that you really need to be aware of is the fact that we could range. And ranges can happen anywhere, so let's talk about it. We have this leg down, a leg back up, and then another leg back down, okay? Now, if you do it in that type of situation, leg up, leg down, you will find yourself in a range, okay? Now, ranges will often rotate the full distance underneath the full distance above, and because we're kind of like in a stacked range scenario, you really want to see this thing preferably break down on a false breakout and then look for that buying opportunity to go right back to the upside. Now, in this situation, we are governed by certain rules, but if you do notice that we continue to break out on strength, then that's a pretty good sign overall in the market that is going to continue a bullish situation, okay? So just be aware that if we do range out, I am favoring the one that's actually most bearish to be a buying opportunity. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you on the next candle.